Hey all, it's Nim or Nimicry if you're feeling professional, and welcome to the YouTube video. Now today we're going to talk about what makes good paladins, right? Because in Warcraft, and especially on Warcraft Twitter, there are a lot of different answers that people will throw at me. So I figured this guy, Trevard, is reforming the Tyr's Guard, the literal honor guard of one of the conduits of the light. So let's see what he thinks is good in a paladin. Because, quite frankly, I think he can speak on it. Just as Tyrion Fordring could, just as Bolivar Fordring could, just as Tyrellian could. All of these people can speak on what a paladin is. So let's talk to Trevard and his recruits, and we'll see what he values and why he values them for these particular exemplars of characteristics. Alright, so let's get started. So Trevard. So welcome, Nim Hunter. Now that you're here at Tyr's Guard training grounds, meet my recruits, Nalaki, Hadwin, Valunai, and Talathis. By the end of their training, they will be full members of the Tyr's Guard, ready to assist in our mission to restore Tyr. Okay. So tell me about the Tyr's Guard. The Tyr's Guard was, and will be, a group of paladins dedicated to the service of Tyr. It began with the keeping of vigil over his tomb for centuries since his death. For several years, I have been the sole surviving member of the Tyr's Guard, but recent events have inspired me to reforge the Order. If Tyr walks this world again, we will be his vanguard and his servants, following his values and carrying out his will. Now, how do you feel about all this, Trevard? My service to the Tyr's Guard gave me purpose, but losing my team, my friends, nothing will replace them, or the camaraderie of my youth. Still now, I believe that the Tyr's Guard has a greater purpose. My hope is that with the right training, we can fulfill Tyr's will and the Guard's destiny. And if you and I can help it, they'll all come back from their mission. So, okay, we have another question. That's that. And then how did you select these recruits? The Silverhand representative here gave us the names of a few paladins, but none of them were what we were looking for. Coronos and I spent many days wandering the Dragon Isles, looking for signs and stories of deeds befitting the virtues of Tyr. Nolaki, Hadwin, Valune, and Talthis had each left a trail of good in their wake that led me to them. And when Coronos and I caught up with them, in each case we observed the intense commitment to the virtues that made Tyr the greatest of the Titan Keepers: justice, order, compassion, and self-sacrifice. So those are the four things that we're looking for: justice, order, compassion, and self-sacrifice. Notice, I want you to put in there, retribution is not among that. Right? It's not about vengeance. It's about justice. And while justice sometimes, the executioner is a form of justice, justice must be tempered with mercy, compassion. That swing of the axe doesn't just come. It comes through order, through law, through rulings in courts, and of course, self-sacrifice. The executioner has to take on that burden himself. Now, I use the executioner as an example because of the fact that it's an easy-to-understand comparison. But that's the paladin. That's the essence of the paladin. So let's talk to each one of these recruits, and we'll see exactly how this works. This is an excellent piece of lore building, by the way. I am very happy with this. We'll start with Talthis. It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Nim Hunter. I've heard all about your exploits, righting wrongs, and defending against chaos, darkness, and other uncivilized behaviors. So let's ask him, how did you become a member of the Tyr's Guard? When I was young, I remember Silvermoon falling to the Scourge. My world was turned upside down. Later, the city was taken back and restored, but I still wanted to protect my city, my civilization, from that chaos and carnage, the threat that still lingered in the Dreadscar. I looked to the light for guidance and strength against the Scourge. I joined the Blood Knights, but then wandered to the Dragon Isle, searching for others in need of safety and protection from the primalist chaos. When Trevard found me, I was fighting at the Flashfrost Assault, trying to restore order there. He and Coronos assisted me and then told me of Tyr and Tyr's Guard. And now I am here and all is right with the world. So Talthis wants to defend the progress of civilization. Uplift the weak, specialized labor. These are good things. Why are you an exemplar of order? Some have had peaceful lives and may not see the value of order, but it does seem like we are often beset by the forces of disorder and chaos and need more order in our lives. I was a child when the Lich King attacked. Seeing all that disorder, it made its mark on me. I've lived to see Deathwing, the Legion invasion, the Fourth War. Order means the sun rising every morning. Order means children grow up with their parents. I want to be a part of that. I want to instill order on our disordered world, and that's why I exemplify the virtue in the Tyr's Guard. Okay. Essentially, yeah, because if there's too much chaos can be great, growth and potential, and too much order is tyranny, sure. If you can't have anything. But there is a certain fine line between, oh, I can have a little bit of fun, and, oh my god, bandits could come and destroy us all. There's a healthy medium. And most people don't like it. So I like, again, very, very non-power fantasy writing, because, again, as a child, traumatized. Now he's strong and wants to protect other people, but he himself does not enact all of the will that he has on the world. Let's talk to Nolaki next. We meet at last, Nim Hunter. Trevard has told me all about you. I think the man has got as much respect for you, or for Tyr, as he does for you. Now, what do you need from Nolaki? Well, how did you become a member of the Tyr's Guard? I trained under the Champion of Light, Rawane Kane. When Rawane fought in the Battle of Dazalor, I stayed behind. I was young and green, and I thought I would make no difference. But when Rawane fell defending our city without me, I vowed that I would use the light to my last breath to save all the lives I could. Again, that's fantastic. You know, he's self-sacrifice, trying to save as much as possible, having a mission. The Paladins are driven by something other than just material gain. It's deeper than that. That call brought me to the Awakened Shores, and that's where the man Captain Travart and the Watcher Coronos found me and told me about Tyr. I found my purpose in the stories about his heroics, and so now I'm a recruit for the Tyr's Guard now. I have another... So, why are you an exemplar of sacrifice? It is because we trolls practice troll sacrifice. Oh, that was a joke. You should have seen your face now. Sacrifice may sound strange. Maybe self-sacrifice or selflessness would be better. But you know these old organizations. Tradition is tradition. Tyr never sacrificed anything or anyone but himself. He reminds me of Rawane. She sacrificed everything for the Zandalari, and I would have traded places with her in a heartbeat. I think I'm the exemplar of sacrifice because Travart knows I will fight until my last breath for my people and my new friends, even Hadwin. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so again, the idea of being able to put aside what might be fear, or what might be material needs, or what might be desires for another. Self-sacrifice. There's a nobility in that. Nolaki, again, excellent writing. Let's take a look at Valune. I'm honored to make your acquaintance, Nim Hunter. Your reputation far precedes you. Coronos seems fond of you, and Trevard as well. Now, how did you become a member of the Tyr's Guard? On Argus, we were always threatened by the Legion. I do not like fighting, but I became a paladin to protect my people. I learned the ways of light from a vindicator named Ariska. She taught me how to swing a mace, how to heal the injured, and how to face demons without giving in to fear. But I lost her. When I came to Azeroth, I was lost as well. Trevard and Coronos found me wandering the Dragon Isles, easing whatever suffering I found. Trevard told me about Tyr, and I knew then I wanted to become part of Tyr's Guard. So she is a wandering healer and protector, caring for those who were injured and need help. It's very compassionate. So why are you the exemplar of compassion? I'm humbled that Trevard would give me that title, but really being compassionate is the only way I can be. Perhaps I'm shaped by the countless years of fighting the Legion. The Fel were notorious for inflicting suffering wherever they went. I have seen much pain in my years, Nim Hunter. No one deserves to suffer. No one. And everyone deserves help. That, I suppose, is why I was chosen as an exemplar of compassion. Now, that resonates in me in a very deep way. Because, again, while justice and order and all that are great, if you don't take time to be compassionate to those that can be saved or changed, then what are you doing? You're wasting your time. Everything else is window dressing, because when there's that crack of light for redemption, that's when you can get in there. And I'm not talking about a religious thing here. That's something I'll leave that to people there. But listen, people grow and change. I was not always what people might consider a good guy, and through life had humbled me a little bit, and the Marines helped beat some of that tendency out of me, and friends offered grace. So I was able to learn and grow and become a better person. And I really think that with this, that is, of course, an excellent thing. Because if no one's going to take the time to talk and try to save, then, you know, why are you even doing anything else? I think this is a very fantastic bit of writing. And, of course, we have Hadwin, our final recruit. With all the tall tales Trevor taught about you... With all the tall tales Trevor tells about you, I thought you'd be taller. So how did you become a member of Tyr's Guard? I'm not sure myself. Fell into it, I guess, like I always do. My dad wanted me to join the Navy, and my mom hoped I'd be a Tide Priest, but I'm cracking good at swinging a blunt object, if I do say so myself, and got on with the Order of Embers when Lady Waycrest asked for volunteers to fight witches in Drustvar. But strange as it seemed, I started to feel a connection to the light working as an Inquisitor. I can't explain it. I worship the Tide Mother. It caused me to seek out the Silver Hand and train as a Paladin. But even then I wasn't satisfied. I came to the Dragon Isles to forge my own path, follow my own code, righting wrongs wherever I found them. Trevard and Karanos found me. The rest is history. So I have a thing. And why are you an exemplar of justice? What? You can't tell? I'm insulted, I am. I'm joking, of course. If only we could tell who was just by looking at him. Right and wrong have always been important to me, even when I was just a lad. My mom ran a shop in Bridgeport growing up. My dad went off to sea. Local ruffians started stealing from her and harassing her. She tried to stop it, but the lawmen in town did nothing. I went hungry a lot growing up because of that injustice. But what's worse is how it affected my mom. I resolved then to stamp out injustice wherever I found it, and that's what I've been doing. Trevor just put a name on it. Again, that man, Hadwin, is living his life. He would have continued to live his life. If you called what he was doing peanut butter octopus mortgage loans, he would still do it. All of these paladins have something that drives them deeper than just an ideology. It's something fundamental to their nature. If you never put a name to it, if you never organized it, if you never did anything, it would still exist in some form and be a driving force in their life. However, it wouldn't, when they work together, they build, and it's a concerted effort that creates a better world. There's a quote that I really like, and I'm going to give it to you guys now. We'll probably throw it up on screen when I'm recording this and editing the video. But what it is that you are personally responsible for creating a more ethical and better world than what you were born into. I believe that, so I try to act that way. You could also say, perhaps, that, you know, the world needs all the good you can do, but you can't do all the good the world needs. Ultimately, that's the Paladin here. That's the Paladin. This is the best little bit of Paladin lore. You know, forget the Ashbringer, forget all of the smiting and the retribution and the slaying of the undead and the redeeming and the rezzing of, like, this. From a fundamental philosophical point, this is the best Paladin writing I've seen in the game, flat out. And, you know, obviously I have very strong feelings about this, so let me know in the comments below how you feel, if you agree, if you disagree, if you learned anything. And for those that made it through this, dare I say, sermon, thank you for watching. I hope that you subscribe and like and share and do all of those things. YouTube tells me you should. This was a fun video to make, and I'm really glad that I took the time to stop and read everything, because I sometimes skip through the quest text, and that was a really good thing. It was so good I had to make a video on it. So with that, guys, may the mount that you're farming drop on the first instance of you running the content. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.